A new Miss Indiana University will be crowned Sunday. The university's scholarship pageant has a long and colorful history on campus. Aubrey Wright explores the competition and what to expect for this year's pageant.
Before Caitlin Ross was crowned Miss Indiana University last year, she conducted a science experiment. Wearing a lab coat and safety goggles, Ross used her 90 seconds on stage to show the audience how fireflies glow.
So I basically make giant glow sticks on stage.
As a freshman, a mentor told her she wasn't cut out for science. But as Miss IU, she is advocating for the next generation of feminists in STEM. She was a finalist for the Miss Indiana STEM Award, and she says she's seeing young girls blossom into scientists while helping out with a local Girl Scout group.
It's so cliche to say, but I think it's really changed my life in a lot of ways. It's given me so much confidence in public speaking and being an advocate.
This year, 14 contestants will compete for scholarships and a chance to go on to Miss Indiana and maybe Miss America. The event is free at Willkie Auditorium, but attendees are encouraged to bring donations for the Crimson Cupboard. Senior Hannah Oschlager is leading the show. Unlike other local pageants that feed into Miss Indiana, Miss IU is run by students. Contestants will go over their community service initiatives, which are platforms to show their values and beliefs. Then there's the talent section. Oschlager says this can be anything, like martial arts, coding, dancing, and of course, Ross's science experiment.
It's really important that the contestant chooses something that just shows their creativity and a little bit of their personality.
Contestants will still wear their best gowns as part of the show, but there will definitely be no swimsuits. This year, the pageant is partnering with the American Heart Association for a fitness section.
So fitness is really just how the contestants can describe how they're Miss America fit.
Oschlager says she's heard the stereotypes about pageants, but this competition isn't about beauty and pretty dresses. Miss IU needs to be well-spoken and represent the university well.
My ideal Miss IU would be someone that is humble, someone that is always willing to volunteer, and someone that really shows what it means to be a Hoosier.
Teresa White's been involved with the pageant since 2006.
This is Claudia, right here in the pink. Claudia was Miss IU in 2019.
White describes these women's success. Some have gone on to win Miss Indiana, others moved across the country for their careers or to prestigious schools. Many still give back to the pageant today.
So these are pretty amazing people.
The pageant has changed a lot over the years. White says the pageant began in the 1940s, and the beauty queens were typically honored in the university's yearbook. In 1959, then sophomore Nancy Streets broke the race barrier, becoming the first black woman to compete and the first black woman to win.
I think they saw her as like a good talent and a good face, and she's very spunky still to this day.
Streets made national news for her accomplishment, but along with praise, she faced significant racism. She was not included in the yearbook like other Miss IU winners, but she was invited back and honored in 2013. Streets hadn't been on campus since she graduated.
Here's Nancy Streets with Justice, who was 1959, 2016.
After protests and feminist movements in the 60s, Miss IU went on hiatus. It was brought back in 2006 by former executive director Lindsay Ships. White says contestants' scores are mostly based on interviewing and speaking skills. Most women won't win, but many build their confidence, improve in public speaking, and get better at performing.
A lot of people call it a beauty pageant. It's nowhere near a beauty pageant. Hasn't been for years.
Now, in her first year of law school, Ross's time as Miss IU is coming to an end. She'll be there Sunday to crown the next winner.
I think it's easy for women to shy away from talking about themselves. And pageant has really, my experience in pageants has really taught me how to really speak about what I've done and know that brings value.
For Indiana News Desk, I'm Aubrey Wright.